here, and I just got out of the theater, and I just saw this movie. Yes. I just got out of seeing the latest Berserk movie that's supposed to be a series, and so far the confirmed release dates are, as of today, and the next movie's coming out on my birthday, the day before my birthday, June 23rd, and the third movie is going to be out in December. So yeah, what did I think about it? Well, of course, with the previous series, a lot of people had issues with the animation, and that's no longer that much of an intense issue with this new release. I mean, the animation, the action is just mind-blowing, and it uses a lot of zoom-ins, a lot of the way they try, the angles that they use, they try to make it feel like it's something of a live action, even though it kind of really isn't. But it just captures the whole intensity of what Berserk is. Violence and hell of a lot of violence. What else can you say about it? So yeah. What can I say about the movie? I gotta find a private place to talk. I'm just so excited to share this news. Okay, I'll go that way. But anyway, yeah. So the movie just, so far just follows what, Guts' past when he was with the Band of the Hawk and all that. So, it just, covers material that you're already familiar with if you've, already read the manga or seen the original anime series. But, it's just that you got new animation, a new voice cast, which I'll go over, and, pretty much it's stuff you're already familiar with, but it's taken to a fresh, new presentation. And I think it does its job pretty well on that, to a major degree. As for the movie itself, it's like an hour and 30 minutes. I think it could have been 30 minutes or 40 minutes longer. Of course, what I'm just saying is just fanboy demand. I'll be honest about that. But I think it ends at a very, I'm not going to give away the ending to the movie, but of course it's already something you've already seen, to some yes and no degree. But all I can say is it does end at a certain emotional high point that does make you more, anticipating. That's just what happens, how it ends. And I guess along those lines I can be satisfied. Great, I need my glasses at the moment. So, you can just leave it at that. Oh yeah, that way. That's the Saitama Super Arena. That's where I'm going to watch UFC later this month. That's where they used to have the Pride fights. Oh, I got off at the wrong staircase. No, I could just cross the street here. But yeah, so, the animation, the story is pretty much straight to the point. I mean, it's fast-paced, and if you're already familiar with what goes on, it makes it much more faster. I mean, that's all I can say about it. I mean, there's nothing I can comment that's already been said if you've already seen it. But, it's the animation. Uses a lot of 3D, a lot of cell shading. It moves at a very realistic pace, and the action, of course, it captivates the nature of the action, such as that Guts is someone, who was raised on the battlefield. He was never really at all formally trained. It's just he lives it, and the action does a very good job of capturing, that's Guts' fighting style. It's all based on, pure experience, raw experience. So, of course, the manga does that, and the original anime does that, but, you really do intensely feel that here. And it does a very good job of feeling the intensity of the atmosphere and everything. I mean, I was very satisfied with this movie. But I'm not saying this as a complaint. Okay, maybe off the... Why am I saying words like off the record? But, as for one minor complaint, the only thing I can disagree about is the voice acting. I felt that the new... of course, they replaced the voice actors for this one, and the original voice actors, I felt, were a much better choice. I mean, the guy who plays Guts, he is mean, but he just doesn't have this gruffiness that kind of Nobutoshi had. He just lacks his intimidation. That's really, I didn't really feel that intimidation factor. When every time, the original voice actor talked, like every word he said, he had this "don't fuck with me" kind of tone. I felt that I don't know who the new voice actor is, but he just doesn't really capture that quality. And the new voice actor, Sakurai Takahiro, who plays Griffith, I know that he also played Cloud in Final Fantasy VII Advent Children and some other Final Fantasy Square related games where the character is voiced. What was it? I felt that he couldn't really, capture the charisma that Toshiyuki Morikawa had in the original series. I mean, he captures his dark side, his secret side, and his, ambiguously gay tendencies, but he just doesn't have that. He just doesn't really capture Griffith's charisma. And Casca, she doesn't really. I'll admit that I don't know who the new voice actress is, but she's no Miyamura Yuko. Miyamura Yuko was also famous as Asuka in Evangelion, and I felt that, that bitchiness she had as Asuka, she could really project that as Casca, and I just felt that voice actor just didn't really, capture that. I have no idea why they couldn't get the original voice actors to reprise their roles. I mean, like, they were able to, get the voice actors again for the Dreamcast and the PlayStation 2 game. But, some voice actors did good, some did bad, but, it's a new Berserk anime, and I think some, sacrifices have to be made. And, this was a sacrifice that I'm willing to deal with, no, original voice actors. I mean, I feel that the quality of the animation, the presentation of the story, was just enough to, live up to the expectation of, a fan who's been wanting to see a new Berserk anime for years. And as for the music, thankfully they got Hirokawa Susumu to, do the soundtrack, and, what he brought to this TV series and to the games, he brings it to this new anime movie, but, times 10. The ending theme is just really incredible. I mean, it's very intense. It captures, the emotional atmosphere and the intense atmosphere of, what Berserk is all about. So, what else? Of course, in an artistic-wise, especially Griffith's character design, or the character designs overall, is more reflective of Miura's current art style, in comparison to when Berserk debuted 20 years ago. So, of course I'm just stating the obvious. And I understand that this new Berserk series is supposed to get an international release, and, I hope this gets released in theaters, in America, Europe, South America, wherever, if you're watching, wherever you are, I hope this movie series comes to theaters or where you are. I mean, every Berserk fan, deserves what this is going on right now. That's all I gotta say. I mean, I don't know if they're going to confirm dub, who gets to voice who, if they get the original voice cast back. Preferably, I want the Dreamcast game cast, the guy who played Guts to play him. But, anything to get this movie, the attention it deserves. I mean, if there's one, people are saying that anime is dying outside of Japan. And if I want that anime, if there's an anime that has to save anime, I want it to be this new Berserk series. I really want Berserk to save anime. Once it's all said and done with this whole series over, I hope it gets Academy Award. I hope it goes to a direction where it wins Academy Awards, like, Spirited Away. At this point, this movie can't really achieve that since it's just contributes so little to a big picture. But I hope in the long run, this whole new Berserk anime movie series is going to do something. And I really want it to do something. And I hope if you can check it out, by any legal means possible, if it's in your theater, if it gets on DVD. I mean, if you really are a Berserk fan, you should do this, but, I'm not encouraging pirating or anything, but if that's the only resort you could go to, because it's not in theaters, it's not, it's not on DVD where you are, and, if you have to see it and you have no legal means to see it, and if you have to see it, resort to that. But, I'm proudly to say that I did see this movie in theaters, and if you're in Japan, if you're an anime fan or Berserk fan, see it as soon as you can, and, hope that, this movie achieves international success. I mean, this movie's being made to acknowledge, or at least that's what I heard, to acknowledge that Berserk has an international following. And I hope that, it meets up to that expectations in terms of, why this movie's being made. So other than that, thanks for watching, and be sure to check out Berserk.